This is Eric Lindstrom, the creative director of Tomb Raider Underworld, and what we're looking at now is the prologue to the game. What we wanted to do was start off with something exciting, but normally people are learning their basic navigation, but rather than a boring stretch of walkway to learn how to walk and climb, we wanted this kind of wild ride where it looks like a dangerous environment, but it's actually pretty safe. It's all about the dramatic scenario of it. Players can still get the basics of how to move and walk while they're wondering just what the heck's going on. Croft Manor's in flames. Little backdraft there, trying to get out of Lara's bedroom. We wanted to have a lot of the basic gameplay at the start be in an exciting environment, but also channel it later in the game. We get a lot more open environment, but right now we're keeping it simple. Players will have the ability to have training text and helper buttons turned on. We actually have them turned off right now, but throughout this section you'd be getting information panels up on the side telling you what buttons to press, how to use your mechanics. But for people that really want the immersion and to figure things out on their own, you can turn all that off and just go for broke.
Look out! It's Lara! I know!
Lara has found one of the Norse underworlds of Niflheim here.
Oh, that's lovely. It's as blind as it looks.
In the intervening years since this ruin was abandoned, Kraken has taken up residence, and this thing is enormous, and its tentacles spread throughout this complex, so it's far too big for her to do anything about directly with guns or grenades or whatnot, so she has to deal with it by moving the environment around, not the Kraken itself. But this ruin complex here doesn't have single play paths. It's multiply connected with all kinds of climbing and exploration. We're going through one route of many. There are multiple floors to this place, multiple secret cubbies, different angles on being able to see how the Kraken has invaded the space, and has got a tight grip on different elements that you need to be able to manipulate. In the background, behind the Kraken, is actually the door leading to the next space, and it's got its tentacle wrapped around to keep it shut tight. So we're gonna have to lower the sun sphere onto it to get it to release that. So this section here is an adrenaline moment. What happens is something very sudden happens. The Kraken's going to smash the ground underneath you, and you get a moment of slow time to figure out what you're going to do about it and escape, but you still have full control. It's not a press the right button at the right time. You have to decide what to do and do it. So this sun sphere is actually trapped with these bridge sections, so the only way to lower it down is to remove these bridge sections, and that's what we're going to go start doing here. But what this represents is the first of many large exploration-based puzzles that are the heart of the game, where you have big mechanisms, big problems that actually have multiple puzzles that are interconnected, and you need to solve these puzzles in whatever order makes sense or is logical, or whatever your interest is, to progress. But even though you're solving multiple puzzles, they're all adding up to a single large outcome. But the Kraken really isn't a boss. It's just part of a larger hostile environment. One of the things we really tried to do was to not have different types of gameplay all segmented out. That people ask, how much is puzzle, how much is combat, how much is exploration? Well, pretty much everything we're seeing right now is some combination of those elements. The entire time Lara's in this space, she's essentially solving a large multi-stage puzzle and avoiding the threat of the tentacles when they come, and exploring the space to find different ways to get to where she wants to go and get to the mechanism parts she needs to find. Coming up is another one of these adrenaline moments. The tentacle is going to bring down this column, and you'll get a camera and some adrenaline-fueled slow time to figure out what to do about it.
The Lords of Shibalba were said to kill visitors for sport by sending them into devious trap rooms.
So here Lara's in Shibalba, which is the Mayan underworld, and she's going to be relatively soon besieged by giant spiders. So now Lara can split up her guns and shoot at 2 targets at the same time. You can melee enemies because you still aren't able to take care of them even 2 at a time. That's a kill shot from an adrenaline moment where you can opt in to do that special move. You can also kick them when they get too close to buy yourself a little time. And you can also pick up one of those scepters, and you can use this as a melee object. Nice kill shot. And that device is actually part of this puzzle. Getting the Lords of Shibalba to sit down and open the doors to these trap rooms that surround this area. Another example of how we're using the puzzle and the exploration and the discovery and the combat all as pacing elements within the same space, and not separating these experiences out, but having them all concurrent. The myth of Shibalba was that they set up these tests for any visitors that came in, but they were not actually tests. They were just specifically intended to kill any visitors that came. So what Lara's doing is she's readying the room to be able to open these trap rooms, which contain the keys to progress deeper into the ruin. So the way this room works is you rotate one of the lords in a throne, and it'll open the associated door, and within there is a trap room and a key to open the seal. So in each one of these rooms there's a key protected by some horrible trap. This one seems simple enough. You just run past all these blocks, but all of these traps are designed so that they are easier to get in than they are to get out. So what you do is you pull the block halfway, you leave it there, and then you run and jump on it, get protected, and then run out. It's too late now. multiple ways to solve puzzles.